Stepped on the scene, dripped in saline. Whole crew shining, call me Mr. Clean. Came in from the back, walked right to the front. Dancing to the music, smoking on the. Got the women smiling, punk grilling me, looking all dusty. Black Force energy, I don't even drink, but the team pop bottles. Not here for the beef, but the Glock holds hollows. Think I'm cocky, but I think I'm worse. In this flexing like a Mr. Universe.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Fury versus Ngannou is rumored to have sold under 70,000 pay-per-view buys. So we're going to take a look at the reports and then we'll discuss this in greater detail. But here's a report. And this is actually being reported from numerous boxing sources. It says Ngannou versus Fury rumored numbers. 11.5 thousand TV pay-per-view buys in US and 56,000 buys on ESPN app. What this number isn't including, though, is the UK number, which I would expect to be much larger than these numbers. That's why I'm not willing to jump on this yet, but it's still what's being reported. And it says by Charles Braun, MMA news outlets report that last weekend's Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury event did an abysmal 11,500 TV buys in the US and 56,000 on ESPN Plus. Given the ultra steep $80 pay-per-view price in the US for fans, the bare bones undercard, which was filled with the brim with mismatches, with no eye-catching fights that would attract American fans, it won't be surprising if this event bombed badly on pay-per-view. If these numbers are genuine, the Saudis wasted their money putting on this expensive event on ESPN Plus and TNT Sports pay-per-view. So that's what they had to say about that. The rest of that article talks about the fight between Fury and Usyk and whether or not is everyone there? Oh, I don't know. I couldn't see up a second. And whether or not it's wise for the Saudis to put on that fight. But we're dealing strictly with this. And we're turning it over to a recent Fury supporter, G. What's your reaction to these numbers?
Now, I'm going to be honest. You see, this is where I'm being objective. I was wrong. Because remember, I predicted like this would be close to 1 million because of who Ngannou was, you know what I'm saying? And he was going to bring the MMA market. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like 70K, that's crazy low. Like that's disrespectful. You know, like I remember like Floyd and Conor did like 1.3 million, I think, pay-per-view buys. So I don't understand.
Over 2, bro.
Huh?
I think they did over 2 million.
Oh, for real? Oh, man.
Yeah,
that's even worse. You see, that's even worse. You know what I mean? So it's like we got one fight that was a cross promotion that did like in the millions. And this one, and this is the heavyweight division, it doesn't even crack 100,000. It's shameful, man. But again, I like to believe it's because of Fury's antics. People are getting tired of Fury not taking the real undisputed fight. And so he got punished for this. You know, it just what I don't like is the fact that the Saudis, you know, invested in this fight because then now they may have cold feet when it comes to investing in Undisputed or investing in Wilder versus AJ. You know, all of these fights can now could be in jeopardy because of the poor performance of Ngannou versus Fury.
You see that?
It's loaded.
It's loaded.
You don't see it?
Nah, it's still loaded. Oh, nah, I see it now.
What is it?
Oh, 4.3?
So according to this article written by Dan Rayfield when he was with ESPN on December 14, 2017, Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor pulled in 4.3 million domestic pay-per-view buys and generated $600 million.
That's outrageous.
So as you can see,
there's levels.
Yeah. So let's dead the comparison between Ngannou and Fury forever, please. Because you just saw that right there was smart business. That was smart business.
Nobody, listen, I can. Am I jumping in?
Go ahead, you can
Somebody throw me the alley-oop. Because I'm about to dunk this.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Bow. Thank you, TBE. Nobody wanted to see this fight. I said it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We all want Undisputed. That's what we wanted. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing us. Stop playing the people. Stop force feeding us fast food, this crap we don't want. You know what I'm saying? They're giving us all these crap we don't want. We want some home cooking. You know what I'm saying? Some baked macaroni and cheese, some collard greens, some candy yams. You know what I'm saying? Those some hot sauce on the joint. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. Undisputed. You know
That's what we want, and they want a tuna casserole. Go ahead.
You know, for real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about we don't want no McDonald's, no Burger King, no fast food, none of that crap. You know what I'm saying? That stuff too greasy and it's bad for you. You know what I mean? We all know what it is, and that's what that crap they was giving us. That Fury and Ngannou crap. That's what it was. That was fast food right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a double quarter pounder. You know what I'm saying? With cheese. You know what I'm saying? We want
4 in the morning. You was out doing something you shouldn't have been.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want that. You know what I'm saying? We want a home cook. We want Sunday dinner. You know what Sunday dinner is? You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. We want Sunday dinner. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Undisputed is. This is why this did the numbers. And I told you it was going to do this because it's too many times. You can't keep playing the people. You can't keep playing the people. And they didn't even give him a decent undercard, too. Listen, they was really giving you crap.
They didn't give him no play. They just went straight to the F him. You know what I'm saying?
They just gave him a burger and some cold fries. That's what they gave him. You know, a microwave burger and cold fries. Nobody wanted that.
A vending machine burger.
For real. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want that crap. You know what I'm saying? Listen, give the people what they want. You know what I'm saying? And that's some good old soul food. Undisputed. That's all.
All right. G, was you done with what you had to say?
Oh, yeah, I was done.
All right. TVE, man. Get up in there.
Yeah, this is abysmal, yo. I'm not even gonna lie about this. This is like crazy poor numbers for a big fight like this that was supposed to be a big fight. And to be honest, the promotions weren't as big as you thought it was. You be watching ESPN, and there was no like there was probably running like a ad for this fight like once every hour or something like that. But now if this is gonna be a big fight, promote it constantly. Push it down your fans, your audience's throat. Pause. But I'm shocked. This fight is a fight we didn't want to see, but it's a fight we should have seen because Ngannou's performance is not being highlighted from what he did against Fury. He exposed Fury. He did a lot of things that were good that we didn't expect as the public. And I'm shocked that it did this low numbers. Like Saudi Arabia, when it comes to these fights, these big fights, they put a lot of money behind it. And when they flop, it's crazy because I don't know if these guys are fighting in the AJ Stadium. You know, the AJ Ruiz 2 Stadium. That's where they fought, right?
Who?
Fury and Ngannou.
They fought at some new stadium that was built in Saudi Arabia.
So you know they built you guys a whole new stadium, and you guys, this is the repayment they get. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad for boxing. They go Fury messing up the Saudi Arabia bag and everything. Like now we gotta sit here and we gotta take cuts, take losses because they gotta make it back from this thing. So all I gotta say is, yo, we want Undisputed next from Fury. That's it. We want Undisputed next. I don't care how long it takes. If it's not gonna be in December, it better be in January. It better be some early February. I ain't gonna pass Super. No, it can't even be on the same weekend as Super Bowl weekend. I'm being honest. G, fix your face. But this is abysmal. I can't accept these type of numbers for a fight like this, a fight of this caliber. And these guys gotta do better. Fury, know your lane, stay in it, and you know we want boxing. We don't want to see you fighting these MMA fighters, things like that. But Ngannou, shout out to you. You did have a good fight. You low-key robbed, and we want to see more.
Yes, indeed. This doesn't shock me. You said 70,000 pay-per-view buys, and this is particularly the United States of America. I keep trying to tell people, man, in the USA, if they don't care, they're not going to care. For you to be a star and to move units in the United States of America, there's stiff competition. And I'm not saying that it's not that way in the UK, but I'm just telling you where boxing falls on the chart and list of things that people spend their money on in the US, it's lower on the chart than in the UK. Boxing is ranked higher in the UK in terms of sports of primary interest than it is in the United States of America. So when I make that statement, I'm not saying there aren't other sports in the UK, but in America, people rather see other sports than boxing. So in order for you to get the interest of the public, you have to put on a great fight. But the one thing I will say about the United States of America is if you give the fans what they want, then they will support it, right? Which brings me to this point. I want to give a huge shout out to all the boxers who are pay-per-view attractions globally, who've continued to propel the sport forward by putting on big fights and generating big numbers. I want to give a shout out to Saul Canelo Alvarez. I want to give a shout out to Gervonta Tank Davis. I want to give a shout out to Ryan Garcia. I want to give a shout out to Anthony Joshua, who has kept the heavyweight division relevant since he got into the division because it was boring before he got there. I want to give a shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford. I want to give a shout out to Earl Spence Jr. And now I'm going to give some shout outs that are going to shock people. I want to give a shout out to Jake Paul because say what you want, Jake does numbers and he's generating interest in the sport of boxing. Logan Paul, KSI, and last but certainly not least, Tommy Fury, because Tommy Fury has done better numbers on pay-per-view than his lineal heavyweight championship brother, Tyson Fury. For that matter, so has Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk has done better numbers than Tyson Fury as well. This isn't my opinion. This is just a fact. You can just look it up. Yeah, he didn't sell out a stadium, but when you have to move the needle and change it to, but he didn't sell out Wembley, he really doesn't have an opportunity to sell out Wembley, given where he's from, the state of affairs, are stadiums similar to Wembley, right? But you saw what he did in Poland with Daniel Dubois, so he still is known. But you got to think about that. At this particular point in time, Tommy Fury has been involved in bigger pay-per-view fights than Tyson Fury.
Even Wilder versus Helenius pulled out 75,000 pay-per-view buys.
Yeah. Wilder's value is that he's from the U.S. market where they charge us ridiculous amounts of money for a pay-per-view. So even when Wilder sells like 600,000, like Fury's successful fights against Wilder generated money, but you can't ignore the fact that that was with Wilder, and he's had a few fights since then. He's had Dillian White, he's had Derek Chisora, he's had these fights, and they weren't really that successful. He didn't outsell AJ, and Usyk's doing his thing. So the question is now is not only did Fury show he may not be the best of this generation as he claims, and that maybe he's avoided some fighters for a reason, but now his star power is in question. When you look at the fact that this was supposed to be this big crossover fight, Francis Ngannou spectacle in Saudi Arabia, hell, they had the star-studded crowd. At least I know I saw Ronaldo there, I saw Kanye West there, they had all the rappers. The thing is, how much money did they put into that event, and how much of a loss did they take if this event doesn't sell and this event is not successful? Because I heard they had a whole bunch of rappers rapping before. I couldn't watch that whole buildup. I heard they had a little baby rapping and baby rapping and blue baby rapping and all the littles, all the babies and all the sexy diva colors, whatever. They had them all there rapping. So I don't know how much they put into this event, but that's going to be a huge, huge loss. So again, man, this just goes to show, and I hate to say it, but perhaps Anthony Joshua was underappreciated again for what he's done for the heavyweight division. And what it takes to become a pay-per-view attraction is not easy. So again, instead of hating on some people, why don't you show them some love? And when it comes to Tyson Fury and these numbers, I'm not surprised because, like Trill said, the people want Undisputed. So I'm glad this fight didn't do big numbers. I hope this kind of puts the end to crossover fights, but we'll see what happens. The numbers aren't there. It looks like we'll wait for the final numbers, but based on what's being reported, if this holds up, then I'm glad because give us what we want to see. Fury Usyk. If not, we're not paying for it.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. For real, check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know who you rocking with. It's the Boxing Guy.
I feel it in my soul. Can you feel me? My money right. It came so cold in my cell, all them lonely nights. Stay 10 toes.